Welcome to Linda Lou's Sewing. Today I'm going to make a little zippered blue jeans purse. I've carved away 1/2 of a leg of blue jean material. It measures about 7 inches. I added some darker material on the right hand side. I did that so that I can extend the width of the purse. I rummaged around in my stash and found some leftovers from a quilt that I made. I'm going to attach them to the body first thing. I'm going to do a blanket stitch around each of these squares to attach them to the blue jeans leg. I've used a lighter blue thread that actually matches the blue jeans material. I'm back at the machine, and now we're going to quilt these 3 layers together. I have the blue jeans material, I have some batting, cut the same size, and then cut some lining fabric too, a little bit bigger than the blue jeans piece itself. I've lengthened the stitch so that it's easier to get through these multiple layers. Side. And now let's give it a good press and trim away the extra fabric. I trimmed around the perimeter of the pant leg that we're turning into a purse. And what I want to do next is I want to heel the edges. I've sliced away 3 inches of the top, what will be the top of this purse, and in between will be a zipper. So let's heel both of those edges with just a zigzag stitch. This is a default stitch. And then the top piece, what will be the top piece, and the other side. Our next step will be to turn under the edges of the top piece, and the bottom piece we'll be turning it under and stitching it down so that we'll have a heeled edge to install the zipper. Let's take care of that now. I'm using the width of my presser foot here, just part of it, so that I can get about 3/8, 1/4 to 3/8 inch turned edge. set my machine to just a default straight stitch. There's a lot of layers there for you to begin. What you might do is just to start a little bit in and then back stitch a little bit and then go forward. Now I'm going to turn the other edge. I'm going to turn it under, so I'm going to start from the reverse side. That's just easier to see what's going on and how wide you want to turn the hem. And there are the two pieces that will be joined soon with the zipper. I'm going to start with the top piece first. Most of my purses vary in different widths, and certainly I want a longer zipper than the width of my project. It just makes it easier to install. So I've opened the zipper using the right leg. I'm going to come down about 1.5 inches. And I'm putting that folded edge right up against that zipper, the teeth of the zipper. Bring down your needle into position and slowly I'm going to do about 2 inches at a time. And then I can stop and rearrange the fabric. And there we put the first part of the zipper on. Now we can zip up the zipper and grab the other part of the purse. Put it in position, close to the edge, close to those teeth. A few stitches. Adjust your fabric. Bring the zipper towards the center. And now we're going to join those edges of the zipper. Now that doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to be secure. Going to be hidden later on in the seam allowance when we sewed the side seams up for this purse. Let's do the other side. Same thing. Back and forth. Capturing that zipper, providing a termination point for that zipper, because we're going to cut that zipper off. Now let's remove the excess zipper. And now can you see? We're into our journey, making this interesting purse, using a half of a blue jeans leg, some leftovers from your stash, maybe a quilting project or a sewing project, whatever you want to use. Let's take care of that pocket. Let me show you how to make the pocket. Here's how we stack the materials. Batting, and then facing right side up, a layer the same size as the batting, face up, and then the last piece, the last layer, face down. So the right sides will be kissing. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Please note that the batting fabric likes to shift a lot, and sometimes it likes to just stretch. So don't worry about it, just go for it. Use the printed cotton as your guide. So we're stitching around the perimeter. And that's 3 sides that we've sewn around the perimeter. Now we're going to leave a 2.5 to 3 inch opening so that we can turn it right side out and make the padded pocket. Okay, so we left an opening. We're going to open up those 2 cotton layers and stick our fingers down in to turn the whole thing right side out. Stick your fingers into the corners and really push those corners out. It's doable, it just takes a little bit of effort. There we go. So there's your little padded pocket. And when we pin the pocket into the purse, we'll be sure to put a pin along this area where there's an opening. And when we stitch down the side seam, we'll be closing that. So that's how you make the pocket. You'll want to press it now before you pin it into the purse. Here's the purse closed as you will be using it. When you open it up, there is the right position to pin your pocket to the inside. I like to measure down 3 1/2 inches, and that tells me where to put the pocket. Also, on either side we want some margin. We don't want that pocket sticking inside into the seam allowance when we close the purse on the side seams. So I pinned it in a position. Really close to the edge. So I stitch inward and then I back stitched 3 or 4 stitches. I'm going through a lot of layers here, so your machine may chatter a little bit, but I guarantee you that's pretty normal. There's 1, 2, 3 layers here and 1, 2, 3 layers here. Plus we put some extra pieces along the side. So there's a lot of layers there. Now I'm going to roll the bottom of actually it's the top of the purse up so that I can stitch across the bottom. Now I'm going to show you how I make and install my own label for purses. This says Little Purses by Linda Lou. So I'm going to open up the purse, get rid of extra strings there. I'm going to decide where I want to put this. And there'll be another tutorial that'll show you the magic of how to stamp these labels for your purses very quickly, very, very economically. Now you can either pin these in place, or my favorite thing is to use some stick glue. Going to run it along the pressed edge, top and bottom, sides, and then you can fold it back up again. And now in the center of the purse, above the pocket, you can just finger press that because it's got a little glue on it. I'll turn it to the right and very close to the edge. Leave the needle in the down position so you can turn this. Just one or two more stitches. There we go. Step is to put some tabs at the top with O-rings, and these tabs will do a really good job of holding on the long carrying strap that will attach to this purse. I'm using a strip of fabric that I cut a width of 3 inches across and a length of about 10 inches. First I'm going to fold it in half, and with the iron you'll want to press that. Press right along that edge. You're making a registration mark by doing that pressing right in the center so that you can fold it inward one edge and then fold the other inward and press it again. And that heals both of those edges. We're going to fold it one more time, and that makes a nice sturdy tab. We're going to sew really close to the edge. And down the other side too. Now we're going to string the tab through a key ring, a 1-inch key ring, about 2 inches. Going to put it under the machine and make the second tab the same way. Get rid of the extra threads. There's one tab, and there's 2 tabs. We'll attach them to the top of the purse. First, a measurement. We want 1.5 inches from the edge. That's where we're going to place the first pin. On the other side, the same thing, 1.5 inches. carrying strap tabs are installed. We can just trim off the excess right off the top there. I already have the strap made, but I'm going to show you an example how to make the strap. We first cut the entire length of the leg into a 2-inch wide strip of denim. You may need to cut 2 strips 2 inches wide because maybe the pant legs are only 30 inches long and you really would like to have a carrying strap that's about 46 or 47 inches long. So you might have to join some pieces together. And you would do that like this. This is just an example. Let's say we're joining 2 pieces of denim, right sides together, standard straight stitch. And then you would open up the seam, and with a default zigzag, we're going to fold 1/3 in towards the center and 1/3 on the other side into the center, and put it underneath the presser foot. We're going to join those edges. So here's the strap that I made with the blue jeans. It's 46 inches long. I want to make sure that the edges are cut straight across. Very good. Let's see if I can find there's the seam that I put to join these 2 long pieces of denim together. Okay. I want to make sure I got the correct side. Yes, this is done so well enough that it's hard to tell, but these are the 2 raw edges that we sewed together with a zigzag. We folded them in and then we did the zigzag stitch. I begin with 2 long strips joined together, just like we joined the denim together. These strips this time are 1.5 inches wide. And folding the edges towards the center, then I press them. So just stack that accent fabric on top of the jeans. So I'm going to sew 3 seams here. The first one is right down the middle of these 2 straps, joining them together. Position it. Sometimes you have boo-boos or fraying going on with preparing this strap, and the accent strap is a good way to hide one of those boo-boos or one of those frayed spots. Maybe it was a hole in the jeans and you want to cover it up. This is your cover-up. Let's say your jeans has a stain on it, and I say cut it up and make a strap out of it, because this method of having a stacked strap is going to cover that stain. So let's do that, take care of that. So close to the edge. At this point, you can sew as fast as you think you can sew to get close to that edge and maintain that closeness to the edge. We don't have to stop and rearrange the fabric, obviously, because it's already tacked down. We took our time with putting that center seam in. By the way, straight stitching like this is a good way to practice stitching a nice stitch close to the edge. You can practice this by making other straps and get them ready for other projects. Or you can teach your kids how to do these. When we get to the end, we have one more seam to do. See, I've just turned that seam from here, turned it around, and sew the other side. Our 46-inch strap is made. Just straightening up the edges because we want some nice clean edges. Before we put on the strap, I'd like to show you one more decorative idea. And it's up to you if you want to do this. But let me show you an idea I have in mind. If I wanted to put a pocket from the jean on top of that, I could certainly do that. Here's a prettier one that's already finished. So just pin this in place and stitch around the edges. We're going to be working more with decorative pockets, and I'll show you again in some other videos how to stitch that pocket on. Right now, I kind of like this look, so I'm going to leave it. So here's our purse so far. We have our label, we have a pocket, it's padded, zippers installed, our tabs are installed. Now we're going to turn the purse inside out, or rather, have your right sides touching each other, okay? And I'm going to turn this around this way so that I can look at the zipper. Zipper is really important to me. I want to make sure I can look at that zipper. In the corner, I'm going to put a pin, make sure those edges match. Go to the center, place the pin. To the other corner, make sure it matches. Going to go down for the side seam, we're going to pin that in place. Put one in the center, one at the end, as many as you think you want to have in there. Let's turn it around and do the other side the same way. Put a pin in the center, and at the end. Now we literally have the purse upside down and inside out. Because we have a folded edge here, we don't have to sew that. But we are going to sew around in a U shape. Let's begin here. My seam is set for 3/8 of an inch, which fits my presser foot just perfectly. I'm going to start a little ways in. I've lengthened the stitch. Then I'm going to back stitch off the edge and then stitch again going forward. We're going through a lot of layers here, and that's a good approach. It helps you get over that initial big hump. A lot of fabric at the very beginning. So notice I've pinned my pins parallel and I've kept them out of my way so I can stitch and be done with this one. Okay. As I approach the zipper, I want to move more slowly. And I want to deliberately backstitch the full length of that, full width of that zipper. And as I approach the edge, I'm planning to backstitch off of the fabric. And I'm going to backstitch off and then stitch again over to the zipper, backstitch, stitch forward, you notice I took my time stitching that. I like to do one more thing. Where those seams cross, I want to put a stitching line at a diagonal. Can you see that across that stitching? Right across? And I'm going to remove that corner, not through the stitching that we just finished, but the corner, a little close to it. That'll remove some bulk when we turn the purse inside out, right side out. Clipping that corner. Now, remove all the pins, and we want to open up this zipper just a little bit more. I have small hands, but even I have to open that zipper all the way. Then we're going to turn this top and grab that tab that you put in there earlier. Grab that, and we're going to stick our hand into the belly of the purse and turn it right side out. And take your finger, your forefinger, and shove it into that corner. It's the bottom of the purse that we're working on, those corners right now. And once that part is done, then you can get into using your thumbs to push into that. There's a lot of seams there, so you really have to manipulate it a bit and shove it up in there. You might want to get some type of a wooden turning implement. One of those will help you with that, to articulate those edges, those corners. Just a little bit of denim thread coming through. And now I'm going to zip it closed. And with some steam, you might want to press this just a little bit more. Let me show you how to install the straps now. Beginning on the right hand side, take the loop and present it to you with the back side of the denim facing you, back side of the strap, and fold it down towards you and turn your purse. This is the back side of the purse now. And you want to have it at least turned over a good inch. We're going to put it right under the presser foot. Make sure that your stitches are lengthened so you can get through this. Very slowly we're going to stitch across, back stitch. Third time's the charm. Snip your threads. We're going to come back and repair this edge with a zigzag stitch because you can see it likes to fray. That denim likes to ravel. So we're going to be zigzagging over that. But for the time being, let's just go back to the other side of the strap. We're going to inch our way, pulling it through our fingers until we get to the other loop. And this time we're presenting the loop with the stacked fabric facing us. And push it through the O-ring. Turn your purse around. You want to make sure that that strap goes into the loop and emerges, giving you about a good 1 inch, inch and a quarter, whatever is comfortable for you. Slowly, you're going to stitch over that. Let me just hit that again. I didn't like the angle that I was at so that I could back stitch. Okay. And I've got lots of little threads to clip. Get out of the way. Now we're going to set the machine for a zigzag. I'm just using the default zigzag. It's not a very wide zigzag, but it will do the job. Across, back, and forward. So we zigzag that a total of 3 times with a forward, back, and forward. Here's what it does. It heals this edge really nicely, especially if you have thread that is color matched to your project, especially color matched to the blue jeans. It's not the end of the world if you pick a black thread. I wouldn't go too light. And now the other side, the other strap, the zigzag. And you might have to stop and inch that forward just a little bit because that's a lot of layers to go through. And there we are. And there's your purse. Inside you can see your label, and when you open it up you can reach for that padded purse or that padded pocket There you are. One leg of a jean, some scraps from your scrap pile, and you've got a lovely purse. In one of our other videos, I'm going to show you how to install a beaded zipper pull, and I'll be showing you how to make your own polymer clay beads, how to string them on to this tab. I'll be showing you step by step so you can make the polymer clay beads, roll them, bake them in your oven, glaze them, and then attach them. So let's see if I can find an example of a purse. Just so you'll know, we'll be having videos using wool, how to deconstruct a jacket and build that same basic purse in wools. Here are the glazed beads that I made to go with this purse and how it's attached to the zipper. But we'll be showing that in another video. Here's some upholstery fabric that is a nice gray coarse weave linen look. We've made some decorative stitches, some extra piping, a little prairie point, lined prairie point, and the star of the show, the beaded zipper pull. These are all handmade beads. What a time to get hiccups. Well, I've had a great time today showing you how to make a blue jeans purse out of 1/2 of a leg and using the other half of the leg to cut 2-inch strips and fold them, zigzag them, turn them into a 1-inch strap, 46 inches long. We've added a decorative fabric on top to match part of the fabric in the purse, and it's very smart looking. I think you'll have fun. I know this is a project that you can do. It's a project that after you've done 2 or 3, you want to be involving your granddaughters in how to make a bunch of these. So thank you for visiting me today. Thank you for watching my tutorials. I've had a good time. This is Linda Lou from Linda Lou Sewing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.